Queensland are coming back. Darren Smith-Malanga.
Chautauqua very late. Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying.
That's not a cry, that's a miracle.
There's history. Chautauqua makes it 3 in a row. That is unbelievable.
Hello folks, and welcome to a very special edition of 5am Finish. We are coming to you live and free from Wild World of Sports at the Evra Restaurant, Newstead. Great location. I'm Dale Jerry Maguire, joined by Taz Migaloo Bartlett. I've got two very special guests on today's show. Shawnee Wallace from Good Bloke Society is in the house. How are you, Shawnee?
Mate, very privileged to be here, and I know that, you're only in the throes of early sort of operations and, podcast number 10 or 11, but I'm privileged. I've been watching, and I'm looking forward to being part of this podcast.
It's going to be a few laughs there, Shawnee. And ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute privilege to welcome the AFL Hall of Famer, AFL superstar, 300 games, Sammy Newman.
Yep, Sammy Newman. Thank you very much.
Straight into it.
Were you a Seinfeld fan,
I
Newman?
know Newman. Exactly. Not often called Newman, but I like it.
You don't say John Sammy Newman.
John Sammy.
That's too many already.
We're in Brisbane, so they've got a bit of a twang, haven't they,
Sam?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a thing, isn't it, when you get further north you go?
Usually I'm wearing me stubby as me footy shorts, Sammy, but I thought I'd better get dressed up for you, so...
Yeah, well, I wear shorts every day of the year. Mind you, I got no feeling from the waist down, so it makes no difference.
Either or, I like it.
We can't get in trouble that way if I want
That's
that.
exactly
Can't get in
right.
trouble.
That's why I said it.
What do you got for us?
You ever been in trouble, Sam?
What's the time? Not today, I haven't, but
Well,
day's not finished yet.
The podcast is 5am, but...
Now, Sammy, what we realised a couple of minutes ago when we were having a bit of a chat that we got a mutual friend. So good old Tommy from Carlton. He's a bit of a player.
Tommy?
Tommy. Remember old Tommy? I won't say old
I
Tommy.
haven't seen Tommy for a while. When did you last see him?
Not 2 weeks ago. I'm about to tell the story.
God almighty, Tommy.
Good old Tommy from Carlton.
Who is Tommy?
Tommy Gunn.
Anyway, so I caught up with Tommy a couple of weeks ago, and he's a bit of a ladies' man. He kind of rates himself. He's got all the bling, but not much of a ding, unfortunately. That's what I've been told, anyway. But anyway, so we went and do some banking down at
Banking?
Banking down at
Oh,
Carlton.
banking.
Not wanking, some banking.
Oh, boy.
We actually do say bankers are wankers, so hello to all the bankers out there. But anyway, so Tommy's in there doing a bit of banking, and he likes to throw a little bit of mud at the ladies, and sometimes it kind of sticks. Anyway, so he's striking up this conversation with this bank teller, and he thinks the conversation's going pretty well. But anyway, so he's at that stage where he's asked the young lass for her phone number, and we like to go out on a date. And so she's kind of quickly looked down at the bank screen and says, "What with your $22.50?"
$22.
With his $22.50. So absolutely, Tommy's got snapped with his $22.50. So yeah, there was no date.
No, don't.
No
There was no date.
date with his $22.50. Where can you go? You can get fish and chips these days.
No, I don't think you can even.
No.
I don't think you can even get that.
No.
Would you get fish and chips for $22.50 at the Docklands, Sam?
You can get a chip,
A chip, one chip,
one chip.
and you have to share that
Yeah,
with
no,
your
you
partner.
can break it up before the seagulls snaffle it. It was it was a woman he was chatting up, was it?
Yeah. I think
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly.
Think so.
Allegedly.
Could have been anything.
But
these
he
days.
crashed and burned.
Yeah.
So remember I said he froze a lot of mud? Well, that didn't stick.
Didn't stick. Well, thanks for coming on, Sam.
Well, thank you.
Now, every person, which we've had two, so you're now the third, and you're on the podium. If you come on 5am finish, you have to have a 5am finish story, big fella. What do you got?
20s, 30s, 40s.
Could be last weekend, could be 10 years ago, could be 20 years ago. What do you got for the viewers?
Let me assure you, it wasn't last weekend. I haven't had a 5 a.m. finish for, a decade.
Partner sitting in the background, I can see it.
No,
So-
that's, no.
Friends.
Yeah, no, she's a friend, of course.
Of course.
No,
Old
at
Nans.
5 a.m. I can't remember a 5 a.m. finish. I used to live in a place called Brighton. I had a very social house there. We used to have a lot of people come round, and some of them used to take analgesics. and drink a little. I didn't.
So
take
for our
cheese.
viewers that are a bit naive, a social house, just describe more
Well,
about
because
that.
it was a nice, nice
bowls type of stuff.
Well, it wasn't quite that.
No?
Mind you, it was my house, so it was pointless me putting keys in the bowl because I didn't have to drive home anywhere. But
Still put it anyway.
there was a fair procession upstairs and downstairs, taking use of the spare rooms. But I was the host, and we used to do
Wouldn't
that every
partake,
weekend
obviously.
off the football season or off the season when I was on the television. I didn't used to mix pleasure with business.
No, you wouldn't take that home, no.
No, I wouldn't take that in. But I can't remember a 5 a.m. finish. Mind you, if you could remember a 5 a.m. finish, it wouldn't be too memorable, would it?
But I don't know why.
Yeah.
Short days used to go for 3 days. That's why. It wasn't a 5 a.m. finish. It's probably 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, no.
No.
A lot of the people used to. Never did it, but a lot of people. Some people say they didn't like some of the drugs that people bought, like cocaine. Some people said they didn't mind the smell of it.
Yep.
But then, like, consuming it.
Didn't like consuming it, no.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Someone said, I think about November, there was about 3 more days till Christmas.
Then start
That's
singing
our
a
motto.
song.
We live by that.
Yeah.
No. We got a lot of grannies watching, so no, we don't condone any
There are
grannies?
stuff. Grannies. We got nursing home. All our viewers are like in nursing homes and grannies.
Well, I might get acquainted with them. I could be there within the month.
Don't worry, my grandma will be texting.
Oh, yeah.
There you go,
That's
Sammy
right,
Newman on.
yeah.
How do I get him down here? Don't worry about that. We'll
Sue might be in trouble.
Oh, big boy.
Come and visit me. She's my keeper as we speak. She is a paid clinical nurse, so she follows me around.
Forward thinking.
That's right. I'm just becoming an octogenarian in December.
Stop it. Stop it.
I feel like James Brayshaw when I did that introduction, by the way. Like, I've watched many
It was an outstanding start,
many years
Jerry.
the footy show. But James Brayshaw, just for a second, by the way.
Very professional.
You got to give yourself a pat because no one else does, Sam. So.
So,
Shawnee, what do we got?
Well, I think that obviously his footy career speaks for itself, and but stories is what we want to try and get from Sammy, and the footy show was a big part of your life, Sammy, and obviously there were some great personalities as part of that. Is there any things that, or any stories
Stand
that
out,
that you really
out.
want to share on?
that no one knows about.
Well, yes, so it was a big part of my life. It went for 25 years. It was the longest running television show live to air
Yeah.
in television history. We did it live. At one stage after I or maybe a couple of others had said some doubtful things or done some doubtful things, the attorneys and the legal people said we're going to have to tape it or we'll run foul of the Australian Broadcasting Commission. But I resisted that. I said, if you tape something, it's like walking a tightrope without a safety net. You can say anything as long as you know that can be edited out. So you lose all the spontaneity and the ad-libbing. So we resisted that for 25 years, and in the end, the wokeness caught up with me anyhow, and I got, they said, did I want to continue, meaning they were going to sack me, and I said, no, I'd like to withdraw, and they said, well, then what a great idea that is. But that was a very mutual
pat on the back
beneficial
on the way.
thing. I didn't wish to proceed because we were told what to say, how we to say it, what we should not talk about, and that lost the complete informality of the show.
So just following on from that, what does annoy you most about society at the moment that we're sort of going through from where you started in media to where you are now, obviously on a podcast doing your own sort of stuff? What frustrates you the most about society?
The virtuosity of people who have the contrived displeasure of things, who look you in the eye and say, you shouldn't say that, but agree 100% with what you say, the falseness of everyone, the virtuosity of people, the pompous arrogance of people who don't believe half the things they say but think they should for fear of people sell
Being
their soul
ostracised, yeah.
for fear of being cancelled, for not having. We are run by the vocal minority who ramp up and down and march and protest, and people are not game to push back on it, and for fear, so it doesn't worry me anymore because I can't be cancelled about anything. I have definite opinions about anything, but I would find it very hard for people to be offended by what my opinions are.
Yeah.
Because an opinion can't be right or wrong, it's only an opinion.
Yeah, there you go.
Bingo.
How do you
And
reckon
it's-
Sam would have gone with... So episode 1 didn't take us long to get into a little bit of trouble, Sam. Episode 1. And let's just, for the sake of the story, we've caught a Karen, right? We've caught a Karen. So 5 round finish, we have a laugh, we take the piss, and you're talking way too much sense for us today, which is outstanding. But it didn't take long to get a little complaint from Karen about how we have a bit of a laugh, and it's safe to say she's not a viewer anymore. But I'd love to get Karen to watch this episode with Big Sammy on board.
What did Karen say?
She was like, we have a bit of a joke about the partners, you know, like they're in the kitchen and they're making us dinner, and, you know, they're doing their
Yes,
thing, right?
that's right.
They're doing their thing, and the boys having a laugh.
They enjoy the kitchen, Dale.
Yeah, well, that's
Some partners and wives enjoy the kitchen. Some blokes enjoy the kitchen. Do you cook, Sam?
I do.
Do you? What's your favourite dish? Yeah, is he good?
No,
What's your favourite
Sue, who's Sue Stanley, who in her own right is probably a bigger star than any of us in the room. She's a
let's give her a highlight. Yep.
triple world champion.
Triple world champion.
OAM Stanley. We went up to to Early Beach on a boat for 6 months last year, and we, in the process of going,
Podcast paying well, eh?
I watched.
in the process of going around Australia in a caravan, and she's not cooked one thing in the 6 months last year, and the 3 months we've been on the road. I do it all, so I'm not. I'm not diverse or too lateral with it. I stick to what I know, but I'm very good at what I know.
I like it.
You like steak? Are you a protein? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely. Yes, I'm a meat eater.
Yeah. What's your favourite bit of meat?
Well, you can't beat a log of fillet, can you?
Yeah.
Or,
log.
Or a log, you know, a big log.
Oh, yeah.
And you cut it up to suit and you cook it either well done, medium or rare. And a pork, you ever seen a pork fillet?
Yeah.
In a
Pork
supermarket? Yeah. Beautiful pork on the fork. Very good at that. And we wok steam the vegetables. So we live healthy.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, and I don't
Who is
drink.
this guy? Who is
I
this
don't
guy?
drink, so
Have a
that's...
wine with her.
Oh, no.
No?
No. That's another avenue of pleasure that's been closed off to me. No, I don't do that. I remain...
Now, one of the funny things, Sam, is one of my best mates lives in Geelong. Met him on the Gold Coast. He's now back living in Geelong. His name's Andrew Gurry, right?
Yes.
A couple of the Gurrys have played for Geelong. I don't know if you remember.
Garrett?
Gurry.
Gurry, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
a couple of Gurrys.
Yep.
Like, this guy didn't play because he was hopeless.
Yep.
Now, he can't believe we've got you on the show, right?
Well, there's
Can
a
you
couple
just-
of battlers from the
Yeah,
suburbs.
yeah,
A couple
yeah.
of battlers.
Now, he still doesn't believe it. So if you can just say,
And-
Andrew Gurry, the great guzzler,
Yeah.
you're an idiot.
Oh, you're an idiot.
No, I want you to say that.
Well, Andrew, it's, I don't know why you don't believe I'm here. I'm just a man of the people. I'm just a pleb. I ain't got any tickets on myself, although if you ask me how good I am, I'm happy to tell you. But come on, mate, step to the plate. It's me here, and all the best to you. And what's he doing with himself, Andy, these
That's a
days?
good question.
Well, he's probably waiting for Geelong to play in the prelim next week, and that's about it. Oh, no, they're playing this week, aren't they? They got
No, they're not playing this week.
They got robbed by the
Did
Pies.
you watch the footy last week?
I watch I've been watching the finals. Haven't been too interested in watching the home and away games. Don't ask me why. You can't ask me why, but the finals are a different matter because you'll just like to see who's going to box on until the last Saturday in September. But the football is not what it used to be. But that doesn't matter if you love the game and you love watching it. Good on you. Makes no difference what I think.
Well, Sammy, you should be extending your stay by a couple of days because us Queenslanders, we've got a big game Saturday night at the Gabba.
You have.
You clash? Ooh,
you
yeah.
are playing the Gold Coast. I thought the Gold Coast wouldn't score over in Fremantle last week, so how wrong was I? And I've
a
got a
game.
feeling they won't score again against Brisbane. And
So
when
viewers,
they
get
beat
on.
that-
That's a get on here at the 5 a.m. finish. Get on the Suns to get up by 40.
That's it. Exactly right.
Gamble responsibly, but get on. More chips in. There you go.
You see that they're wearing the guava. They're wearing a guava / pink jumper on
Pink,
Thursday night.
we've had a discussion on our podcast
That's about it.
called You Cannot
Yep.
Be Serious.
Yep.
And I thought that is just virtue signalling in the extreme. Why you wouldn't wear a green jumper to help the farmers out
it's
who
the
are
Gold Coast,
struggling or something.
It's the Gold
What?
Coast. We're trendy down there.
I know, but it's just too obvious that you're trying to evolve and trying to be topical. A pink jumper. Pink's a nice colour, but I don't.
I was going to wear my pink 5am shirt today. Lucky I didn't.
He's got his pink undies on.
I would have got ragdolled.
But that's all right. A pink outfit, a pink shirt, a pink T-shirt, that's okay. But a whole team playing in pink. Have they got pink shorts or they got black shorts, haven't they?
People good
who
question.
Should be
Very good question. I don't know the answer. I'll have to AI it after.
Pink. They wear their missus undies. Those players. So
So we'll probably have to let Sam go, I'm assuming.
Got a few more minutes. I'm thinking
Yeah,
now.
no,
We've got a
just
few more
yet.
minutes.
We're
Please hold the horses.
just
He's got
getting
somewhere to
started.
go.
Just getting started.
We ask hard-hitting questions.
Well, I was just going to say, give us a question that you think I might be offended by. Go on, give
All right,
your
okay.
hardest.
All right. Do you when you take a piss, do you stand up or sit down when you take a piss?
Well, that's a very good question. because
good questions.
I've just had
We'll send
ankle surgery. I've had ankle surgery, and up until a fortnight ago, I had my leg in plaster. It's impossible to stand on one leg and urinate, so I have been sitting down.
Gotcha.
And once you sit down, getting up after you've had a piss is a real battle. I have to have one of those disabled things that you put across the top of the toilet and you hang onto it.
Oh,
Basically
yes.
like a crane takes.
So that's why I have been sitting down, but I haven't.
that was a
it has-
timely question then.
Yeah, it has been. I'm not sure what you were getting at, as you thought I was some sort of.
No, I sit down to pee, Sam. I'm open about it.
Why do you do that?
Ah, it's pleasurable.
Is
I
it?
enjoy it. Look at me face. Oh, boy. There's nothing better.
What, have the member up?
The numbers are 60% versus 40%, Sam. On your
that's a lot.
podcast, it's
I reckon it's a
60-40.
So
AI
you sit
told
down
me.
maybe because you have the member rub up against the porcelain.
Oh, mate. It's just,
He doesn't
I,
get
don't
touched
mind, I don't mind that either.
Can
He
you
doesn't get touched much.
You'd be studying the form, wouldn't you? You'd be reading the phone, studying the
just-
form, having a bit of time.
Well, you
away
wouldn't
from
have
the
this
kids.
trouble, but if I sit down, I get the plums caught under the rim.
Oh, yeah.
But yours probably haven't dropped by.
No. I'm still a boy.
Can I just ask Sam about going back to the footy show and street talk, because
Oh, yeah.
you know that was obviously a big part of the show. And do you think street talk could work these days?
No.
Versus
No, well, that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing it, because they said street talk, you're going to have to speak to. Mind you, we only spoke to people who came up and spoke to us, and they were usually the people who were dropped out of society and were on a mental bender. All the intelligence
Good chat.
would walk across the other side of the street.
Yeah.
But I noticed since we stopped doing it, we've had infiltrators now on different stations and on different formats go out and interview people on the street, and now far more intrusive and far more abrasive and rude than I ever was. All I ever used to do was ask people a question, and they used to do the rest. These other people that do it now provoke them, and
It's a content piece for them now.
It is.
But there's no
It's a
governing
clickbait
body
thing.
above them, so they don't.
And the
give
humour was in what the other people would say, not what I would ask them. These people that do it today, they try and have all the lines and hope that the people who they deliver them on just sit and listen to them.
And go viral.
So
That's
it's
what they
yes, they do. But no, we got into a lot of trouble from that. People said, why do you go out and speak to these people? I said, well, we just go out in the street and they come up to us. If they want to speak to us, they do. And that was by far the most popular thing we did on the show for 25 years, until the vocal minority rounded us up and said, oh, they don't think this is a good idea, me chatting to people out in the street who are probably not nuclear physicists. So I said, well, I won't do it anymore. And
You
I
did a
didn't.
lot at Frankston too, didn't you? Like,
And so people said, why do you go to the areas where you think there are ning-nongs? And I said, we go to the areas that are topical. If a player from Frankston had got his first game, we'd go down there. If a player from Footscray would just happened to be that the very good talent areas of Essendon and Footscray and Frankston and Moe and all that, we used to go all over Australia doing it, all over Australia. And so anyhow, that was it. So we did it for 25 years.
Now, we're in NRL heartland here,
Yep.
Sammy, as you kind of know, and I've been an avid watcher since a kid with the AFL and the NRL footy show. Now, I know you guys used to cross over back in the day.
Yep.
Do you still talk to the Fat?
I do. Well, I don't talk to him a lot, but I'm a very good friend of the Fat. He's a very good man. And we were on the same show, NRL, AFL, for the same amount of time. We started in the same year and we ended in the same year, I think. And he's a very good man. He likes the AFL, the betting content of it. I don't bet, but I like watching the NRL, the Storm. I like watching the Storm. And I find myself invariably when last week when the AFL was on and I started to get a bit jacked, particularly of the umpiring, I turned on to the NRL and then I'd flick back to see what the score was. So
You're a convert. I knew
I'm not one of those people who, not a Sydney-Melbourne rivalry at all. Sydney's a great place and Melbourne was a great place. It's suffering under the lurching dishonesty and corruption of successive state governments.
Well, just on that, we're talking
Don't
about...
think that that's controversial. That is just commonplace knowledge.
That's
Common
just a
fact.
fact. It's just fact.
So we're talking about State of
Cheers,
Origin. We're talking about we're in rugby league heartland, and obviously State of Origin up here at Queensland versus New South is an institution.
Absolutely.
You grow up, you breed it, you love it. You know, it's a thing.
Yep.
Do you think
I love it.
AFL, State of Origin could ever
No.
replicate it, do it?
Not at all.
Like we do?
No. Because our State of Origin games were contrived. If you actually happened to be in a car and drive through Sydney between the years 1998 and 1999, you were eligible to play for Sydney. So they had a hodgepodge of teams made up of contrived teams, but the Queensland, New South Wales State of Origin is genuine, fair income.
Hate.
They're very respectful after the game, but it's tough game, tough as bugger.
Passion's the word, isn't it?
Passion and hate. Oh, they hate each other. Let's not sugarcoat it. They hate each other.
State versus mate.
So Fat loves his golf. Surely you guys would have played a bit of golf.
I have. Fat's a far better golfer than me. He's a very good golfer.
Yeah.
My word, he has. No, I think he plays off 3 or 4.
Well, next time you come up, Sam, can you bring your golf clubs and your checkbook then?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of skins.
I
maybe.
haven't. I haven't played golf because I've had my leg in plaster for the best part of 18 months.
Well, that will slow you down.
I haven't played golf too often, but I'm hoping it's on the mend. I'm hoping, but I love golf. But the Fat's a very good golfer.
Did you ever play golf with Jason Ackermanis?
I have.
Yeah? How I played with him once.
Yep.
And you wouldn't believe it, he had a hole in one.
And a nasty tear in the other.
Yeah? And we got off and he signed the card. He wrote 0 on the card with his hole in one.
He's a cheat. I played with him. I've told him he's a cheat. He knows he's a cheat. He's a good man. I like him. But he cheats at golf.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Well, that's the worst. If you cheat at golf, then you're down here in society. If you cheat at golf, come on.
I like it.
Well, he will not probably like me saying, but that's common knowledge. He doesn't have to because he is a very good golfer.
Very good, okay.
But he
Likes to doctor it.
Pardon?
Likes to doctor the little score, does he? Just to take one or two off?
he likes to just. He's got
move the ball.
He's got one of his best clubs is his club foot. He can nudge it out onto a lie, or nudge it out of a water hazard, or nudge it into a better lie in a bunker.
Trump does it. Old.
But see, people say Trump cheats at golf, but think about this. The President of the United States, who is he trying to fool? So he hits a ball into the rough and he said, why am I hacking this out of here? I'll put it on the fairway. I'm out here for enjoyment to hit some nice shots. What's he trying to prove?
He's not playing for shit stations,
that's right. If I was President of the United States and used golf as a recreation, I'd be putting the ball on the fairway every time I hit it off the fairway. It's just there to hit some nice shots.
If I was a billionaire, I wouldn't be the president either. So
if only we had
there's a few
time
things
to talk
going on
Trump
there.
with Sammy. I'd love to talk a bit more time about Trump with Sam, but that may be another day.
What's the greatest or nicest course you've ever played? You've played a lot of golf. Is there a golf course you played?
Well, I've played in Hawaii. I've played in America. I've played in Ireland. I've played in, believe it or not, King Island. Have you ever been to King Island on the way down to Tasmania? Yep. If there's a more spectacular, picturesque course in the world than that, I'd like to see it. I'm sure there are, but I haven't played them.
Sounds like a good boys trip to me.
5 a.m. finish coming up.
Went down there one day to King Island. We chartered a a DC, one of those ones that take off with the wheel at the back.
Yep.
The
So
old,
you're 50-50 to make it.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. We all hang on to the shoulder straps. I didn't have any seats. We just hang on to the shoulder straps as it took off.
Legs out the back.
Yeah, that's right. So, no, we went down there and had a very good day. In fact, Shane Warne came with us. He'd never seen the course, Shane Warne, at King Island. They'd just opened it, I think, not more than 4 or 5 months ago. And he parred the course, which is an extremely difficult course and was extremely strong wind.
I was going to say,
And he
a bit like
parred the
Hamilton,
course.
that would have been
He
windy.
parred the course. I played with him. He parred the course on the first time he'd ever seen it or played it. We had I probably lost 10, but people came in with 90 and 100s. He had 72 on the course. So
Wow.
that was the excellence of that boy.
Wow.
Yep.
Will Miss Warney, eh? You know, this podcast obviously sports and racing. Do you know this week, Sammy? Have you ever owned a horse?
No,
No, you haven't ever owned
thankfully.
a horse. Well, there's a horse running around at Flemington this week. Maybe one for the viewers as an omen. There's a horse running around at Flemington on Saturday, race 5, number 5, called Warney.
No.
Yeah,
Yes, racing
there is.
Queensland a bit.
Is it named because of the boy?
Yeah, definitely named
It's
after.
named after Warney.
the
Jack,
great mate.
Jackson's a part owner of it.
Oh, is he? Yep.
Yes. Anyway, there's one for the viewers, the audience. Maybe that's an omen.
Yep.
Omen bet. We like omen bets.
Now you're going to finish with a bit of rapid fire. Couple of questions.
Righto.
Just nice and simple, mate.
Just quick out.
Sammy, thanks for coming on. Best footy show segment you ever did in your 25 years. I know it's very hard probably to remember, but your best segment or little bit you did in 25 years.
Well, we interviewed a lot of stars and heroes of our game and legends. But at one stage, we were sponsored by a betting company. I can't think of which was the betting company. And because this is live to air, the Port Melbourne Football Club were about to go out of business. But if I could put a putt in from 30 feet away, live to air, they would get $10,000. So they built it up there. And Rebecca Madden was one of the hosts in those days, and so was Craig Hutchison.
Yep.
And I went through all the bullshit about getting down and looking at the line. I actually putted the ball and it went in the hole from 30 feet. You can Google it if you like. And Gary Ayres, who was the ex-Hawthorn champion, was coach of Port Melbourne. He nearly had a stroke. He did a handspring that kept him in
Did you
business.
try and jump and get the ball?
And then everyone wrote in and said it was rigged because you could tell the way the ball rolled and it was channeled into the hole. It absolutely wasn't.
Remember it.
So that was probably the most fulfilling thing I did on the show. I did a lot of stupid things, but I always say this. We didn't tape our show. It went live to air. No delay, no 5 second.
Yeah.
So all the things that I did that got me into trouble would never have gone to air if it had been taped. So I use that as an excuse. Everyone else gets an out because their shows are taped.
Edited and you can go back and
That's right.
rewatch it and do some stuff.
That's correct.
I know you don't like regrets and that, but biggest regret you think in your media career that would you have gone back and changed one thing in the last million years you've been on air?
Well, so we had so this is the only thing I ever took exception to the people I was on air with. We had a Tasmanian politician. I can't think of her name. She was an attractive looking, and she wanted to come over to see the grand final. And I was on with James Brayshaw and Gary. Oh, and Bill Brownless. And I'd never seen her before. And they said, would you like to get so-and-so to come on the show? And I said, well, just as poking the bear, I said, well, what'd she look like? And they showed a picture of her. I said, she is a person I'd like to come on. And they said, that's disgraceful. I said, what's disgraceful about that? I'd like her to come on. I said, and that really annoyed me because I'd never say I'd like to come on someone. And I really took exception to that. And the press made a big saying I've said a salacious and a disgraceful thing about wanting to come on a politician. And it was meant to be, I'd like her to come on the show. That's the only thing I regret in the 25 years I did that. That really annoyed me. Happy to own up to anything else I've done, but that really annoyed me.
That's impressive.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Last
Yep.
question, and then we'll let you go.
No.
If you're a young podcaster, a couple of 2 wood ducks, 5 a.m. finish,
Yep.
what's your advice to these 2 wood ducks?
We need it, Sammy. We need it.
Well, don't be too over prepared. Know who you're speaking to, but listen to their answer. Don't just go through a list of, I'm not saying you've done this.
Never.
People who ask questions have a whole list and they just never listen to an answer and they said, right, you've answered that. Listen to what people say. Don't be over prepared. Do it off the top of your head. Do it off the top of your head.
That's what we normally
do it off the cuff.
That's what we normally.
That's right. You wouldn't have to have any
Good
notes
news about this, Sammy, I can edit this out.
No, you wouldn't have.
Natural and organic and authentic.
That's right.
Eh?
Always,
good.
always be
Always
yourself.
good tips and advice. I really appreciate
that's
that.
it.
Yep. Shawnee, anything last minute before we let the great man? We've got a big night tonight, haven't we?
Massive night tonight, obviously. Let's give Ever Restaurant here a plug and here in Newstead in Brisbane.
Scenic-
We've got a
scenic venue.
private dinner tonight for the Good Blokes Society and our Unfiltered signature series. Have you ever been unfiltered or have you ever been filtered maybe?
No,
We're going to have a good night
A lot
tonight.
of different answers to that question. I don't have to be filtered anymore. I've had the snip. I've had everything done to me. In fact, someone said, you ever wear condoms? It took me a long time to work out. You know what the knob on the end of the condom's for? To stand on to get it off. I'll
use that as my own.
No, I've been.
That's a great finish,
unfiltered. I will guarantee you this. I get asked to do a lot of speaking engagements. I get cancelled from quite a number of them when people find out I'm speaking. I don't know why they ask me to come and do it. When they advertise that I'm doing it, the vocal minority ramp up and say, I'll give you an opportunity to see if I'm. There's nothing I would say that you'd take offence of when I speak publicly. I have some opinions about various things, but I'd never mention them on when I'm speaking because we're here to hopefully have a bit of entertainment. You don't want to hear my opinions on things that are going on in society. We're not here for that, but I get the shit kicked out of me for having these opinions off the speaking circuit, and I would think you'd find it very hard to be offended by anything I'd say when I speak. But I'll leave you to be the judge of that later on.
We won't be offended tonight. We're going to have a great night here, and it's
I really appreciate. We really, from the bottom of our hearts here at 5am Finish. Thank you, Sean, for coming on and organising, and Sammy. Absolutely great chats. We're going to have a great night, raising a good cause. And we're called 5am Finish for a reason, Sam. And put it this way, we won't be going home when the street lights come on tonight. So that's how we rock and roll. But thank you very much, Sam.
That's a
coming
pleasure.
back.
All the best.
Darren Smith
Thanks,
for
Sammy.
laying up.
Chautauqua very late. Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying.
That's not a climb, that's a miracle.
There's history. Chautauqua makes it 3 in a row. That is unbelievable.